Okay. Welcome back to Hanger
51.
I'm sure Shadow's watching.
I'm sure Shadow's
He'll
watching.
He'll be here in just 3, 2, 1. Oh, come on, Eric.
You're slipping.
Should have been here already. All right. So we're gonna wait for everybody to get here. Got a lot to talk about tonight. Oh my God, we got a lot to talk about. Holy crap! Holy. There he is. Now you're there. All right. So how's this look? We better look good and sound good. I think we've got enough smoke in this computer to do it. Although for some reason I can't get the external camera to work. So how do we look? How do we sound? Oh my God! You didn't just pop in to say have a good show and leave, did you? That's not very helpful. All right. Well, it says I'm streaming. Perfect. Oh, I just got the error message. Oh God! Again? Really? Right. So what's up? Okay, the echo I can fix immediately. I'll fix that. I've got two mics running. All right, so let's get rid of that. Okay, so the echo should be gone. Hobby Main. Okay, that's a new name. You changed your screen name. What were you before? Okay, so now the audio is fine and the video is fine. Good. All right. So this is. I don't know if you guys remember. A couple of years ago, I bought a very old HP laptop that had a serial port, parallel port, Ethernet port, a phone jack, Blu-ray, DVD player. What's up? Jeremy, man, it's good to see you. Holy crap, where have you been? Wow. That's awesome, man. Good to see you. So anyway, that's what laptop we're using tonight. This is just a temporary. I'm just testing something. But anyway, so this is that laptop, which is very, very old. It's an HP. It's in excellent condition. It looks brand new. But I paid $80 for it, used on eBay. And it's got a perfect 17-inch screen. It's a Blu-ray DVD player. It's got everything. It's got at least 3 USB ports and every other port. I mean, it's got everything. Ethernet. Hell, I think it's got a coax port on it. It has. I think it has. I think on the back it has RCA jacks on it. I mean, this laptop is just does everything. So it's pretty amazing. Alright, so is it just 3 of us so far? Yep, still just the 3 of us. Oh, now there's a 4th. Got a lurker. Okay. So anyway, I'm just testing this because I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to get the computer that I bought when I was years ago. It's only about 2 years old, maybe 3. It's a newer computer. And it's worked fine because when I streamed from Deb's apartment, I used that computer, and that was fine. So I just wanted to see if this one had the smoke to do it. It doesn't stream too well. Really? What's it doing now? Is it still lagging? I don't think I'm getting a warning anymore. Oh yeah, I still am getting the warning. Okay, all right. Okay, well we're gonna fix that. I'm bringing the other laptop out anyway. I just wanted to test this. Okay, so are you still getting the circle of death every few seconds? So my feed's not showing that right at the moment. Looks like it's streaming okay. Yeah, this looks okay. All right. So, any better, Michael? How we doing? I'm frozen? Really? Not frozen at my end. That's weird. Huh. All right. All right, I'm going to go get the other laptop and we're going to switch it out. You were. Oh, now I'm back to just choppy. Right? Not frozen anymore, but still choppy. Okay. All right. Let me go in the house and get the other laptop. I'll bring that out. Oh my God! Really? When did you? How many strokes have you had? Oh my God, 4 strokes? Jesus, really? Oh my God. Is this like a hereditary thing, or what's going on? Wiggs, what's up? Actually doing pretty good, Wiggs. Had a lot of good things happen today, or in the last couple of days, that we're going to talk about here in a minute. But first thing is the laptop. So I'm still choppy, right? It's not. The sound's okay, but the video's choppy, or is the sound choppy also? High blood pressure, yeah. Are you on medicine? Are you eating right? Yeah, I have high blood pressure too, but I'm on medicine for it. Not choppy there. Okay. All right. Michael, are you still here? Am I choppy at your end? Jermaine, how about you? Am I choppy at your end? You are now, huh? Okay. All right. Well, that's good. So I'm not choppy at your end either. Okay. Well then, right. So where are you? Are you still here? Well, I'm going to keep running with this computer then, if it's working. At least for tonight. I'm still going to change it out, but for tonight, we'll stay with this one. Not choppy and on meds. Yeah, when you said I am now, I figured you were on the meds. So good. So you weren't taking any meds before, but you are now. Wow, 4 strokes. God. Yeah, knock on wood. I haven't had a stroke. My blood pressure's been, it got high, but it wasn't out of this world high. But everybody was nervous about it. So I'm on blood pressure medicine now, and I'm eating right. And yeah, right, Wiggs. Or maybe he bugged out because he doesn't want to watch my show choppy and thinks it's my end. I don't know. We'll see if he comes back and if it fixes it. But if you guys say it's working all right, for my show, what I'm watching here looks good. So let me fill you in on a little background here. So, I've been doing this computer thing for a long time because my brother's a programmer. So I have at least, right now, at least 8 laptop computers, and they all work. But they all work at different levels. So, and the biggest problem is because they would all still work, except the programmers have to keep making everything more complicated. Gotta update it. We gotta change Windows 95, to 98 to Windows 7, then Windows 8, then 10 and 11, and I think we're on 13 now. And each time they change that, it requires more smoke in the computer to run it. Okay, it just makes it harder for old stuff to run it. And they're taking away your ability to use the old stuff. I don't care if they don't want to update it and support it. That's fine. Just leave it alone. Let me use it. I don't need it to update. It works fine just the way it is. No, they take it away. So you can't even use it. So now all of a sudden, like the internet, most of these laptops don't work anymore. Now there are exceptions. I can go to Linux; it'll work with Linux. I did download an Opera browser, and that works with the old computer. It's not quite as fancy, and some stuff won't run on it, but it works. So I can go live with that. In 1958, I know you airplane guys are going to appreciate this. In 1958, when they came out with the F-4 Phantom, it didn't come with a gun. Oh, we don't need guns no more. We're going to be fighting missile wars. We're never going to be in a gunfight again. All right, well, see, now that's funny, Michael, because Wiggs and Jeremy say they're fine. I'm not choppy at their end, but I'm choppy at your end. So is there something at your end you could be, are you running a couple things at the same time? Because they're saying I'm fine at their end. And I no longer have a warning from YouTube that I'm not streaming enough. Everything, I've got a big green light, everything looks good at my end. So I don't know. And I'm just not criticizing you, Michael. I'm trying to find out where the problem is. So if it is at maybe your end, I don't know. Well, but again, update me. Let me know if it's getting better, worse, whatever. I want to hear. I'm not getting offended. I'm trying to fix the problem. So I'll get back to my story. So that F-4 Phantom didn't come with a gun because they didn't think they were going to need a gun, right? And then our missiles were so bad that some of the analysts say less than 1%. So 1 out of 100 missiles we fired worked. Okay? Now how would you like to go into battle with wings loaded with missiles and have them, when you launch it at the enemy, it just falls off the wing and just falls on the ground, or it takes off and goes stupid and starts heading for the moon instead of at the target. This is what we were fighting. I mean, the crap we were trying to missile fight with was terrible. So they finally, put a gun, they had to make a pod that they could hang under the F-4 to put a gun in it. And they got the gun back. Kind of choppy, not unwatchable. Okay, thank you. That's what I want to hear. That's good information. Perfect, thank you. Sound is fine, but picture's still choppy and looks like in 720. Okay, all right, that could be because this is the laptop camera, not my aftermarket Logitech camera. So the picture's pretty good for the laptop camera. Now, for some reason, and I haven't played with it yet, I can't get the Logitech camera to work, but I'm going to play with it here in a minute. So just hang loose, you know. So yeah, so it's still going on. I mean, then they came out with a plane after the F4, and same thing, no gun. We're not going to need a gun. And then they put a gun in that, and now everything comes with a gun. You know, the F-22 came with a gun. The new F-35, it's got a gun. Everything comes with a gun now because they learned their lesson. You know what? We might just need a gun. So now, after that toboggle with the F4 and the plane that came after it, I can't remember which one it was, they did put a gun in it. Now they're putting a gun in everything. Well, this is what we're going through. Here's my brand new laptop. Now, this is not... It's not even 3 months old. Okay? HP laptop. Very slender, very lightweight. Woo-woo. Listen, I'm not against technology. I'm against idiots that want to do away with old technology in lieu of new technology. No, keep the old technology and add new technology. So both work. That's the way to do it. So this silly ass thing has one USB port, one HDMI port, and one USB-C, you know, like your cell phone charging jack port. And then, and then it's got one more USB port on this side. That's it. No Ethernet connection at all. Can't plug it in. They expect you to use Wi-Fi. Oh, everybody's got Wi-Fi today. They don't need an Ethernet port. Everybody's got Wi-Fi. Nope, not everybody. I don't have Wi-Fi out in the garage. I got an Ethernet cable. So this is worthless to me. I had to buy this. I had to buy one of these. So it's a dongle that is a USB to an Ethernet port. Okay? And then it's got 3 more USB ports. Okay? And then I had to buy a different one also. So here's another version of the same thing. USB port to an Ethernet port, and again 3 USB ports. Okay? So now you got to buy something like this to make this brand new laptop work on a Ethernet cable, because they decided that you don't need that anymore. You know, everybody's got Wi-Fi. You know, so you just hook it up Wi-Fi. So all this running this stuff takes up more smoke. You know, it takes more shit to run this. You know, to do the conversion from Ethernet to, you know, and then when you plug it in the USB port, it slows everything down. So this became completely useless. If you saw my show Thursday night, or was it? No, it was Saturday night. Yeah, my show Saturday night was horrible. Well, Bill, what's up? Because this does not have enough smoke to run a show, and it said when I bought it, it was perfect for streaming, but only if you have a Wi-Fi, because once you start having to use this, it doesn't work. All right, so now this laptop is almost useless. All right, the one we're on, and here's what I don't like about this either. There's no DVD drive, nothing. There's nothing. Okay, there's if you're not on the internet wirelessly, this thing is absolutely useless. Okay, it wouldn't even make a good door stop because it's too thin. The door would just open right over top of it. It's absolutely worthless if you don't have the internet and you don't have Wi-Fi. Okay, so I bought this laptop that we're on tonight. It's an HP, but it's a very old one. To use at the flying field. I put a big screen TV in my trailer, so we could watch movies at night at the field. I've got it all set up with a boombox sound system and the TV with a remote, and plug this laptop into it. It's got a Blu-ray DVD player, and we can watch movies all night long. No internet, don't need it, no nothing, right? So I took a similar laptop like this on my trip to Chicago quite a few years ago, almost about 18 years ago. And I watched a movie on the plane on my laptop because it had a DVD player in it. No, you know, back then you weren't even allowed to have, you know, I mean, I was allowed to turn it on after we took off, but there was no internet connection or anything like that almost 20 years ago. You were lucky if you were just allowed to turn the damn thing on. So I sat in my seat comfortably and watched a movie all the way to Chicago. And so this is perfectly usable off the internet. You know, it has a use. I can watch movies. I can do files and stuff with it because I have the capability of burning them to a disc or copy them off a disc, or, you know, playing a video game that's on a DVD. I could pop that in and play that. So it's usable. This thing is not usable. If you're not on the internet and you don't have Wi-Fi, you can't. This is a boat anchor. I mean, that would be more appropriate than a doorstop. It's not usable. It's not worth. So this I hate technology when they replace old technology with new technology because they've determined that you don't need it anymore. Okay, now you're gonna love this one. This one's the worst one I've heard yet. One of the girls my wife works with bought a brand new Hyundai. Okay, and she's driving down the road, and the car just shuts off. No warning, nothing, just shuts off. Can't figure out why. She pulls over, you know, stops, gets out, gets back in. Car starts back up, and she's on her way again. And then a few days later, does it again. Same thing. The car just shuts off. It's shutting off because she's not wearing her seatbelt. It's not dinging her, ding, ding, you know, to let you know, hey, put your seatbelt on. No, it just decided, you know, Hyundai decided, well, if you're not going to wear your seatbelt, you're not going to drive your car. So it just shuts the car down because she's not wearing her seatbelt. Wow. Now, they think that's safer to shut a car down while you're driving down the road than to not wear your seatbelt? I mean, who's dreaming this shit up? Okay? I mean, I get the whole ding, 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 you know, put your seatbelt on, but to shut the car off because you're not wearing your seatbelt? I mean, that's just ludicrous stupid. I mean, what the hell are they thinking? So, you know, I'm just, you know, they're just this AI shit and the way people think today. I don't know where their heads are that they think this is a better idea, but it's not. It's a horrible idea. So yeah, I can't believe that, you know, that they're doing that. It just makes no sense. So anyway, all right. So enough of that. So now you know why my show sucks, and it's going to get better though, because I do have a laptop that's going to run the show perfect. And you've already seen the show on that. When I was broadcasting from Deb's apartment at Christmas, the show was perfect. So that's the laptop I'm bringing out to the garage. That's the one I'm going to do my shows on from now. I'm not buying another damn laptop because I don't even know that it's going to work. So I'm going to at least use the one I know works, and it works good. So we're gonna do a few laptop swapping. I guess I'll put this piece of crap in the house where I do have Wi-Fi, and it does have an HDMI, so I can probably run my show or at least watch YouTube in the house on this piece of crap with Wi-Fi, because I don't have Wi-Fi out here. So that explains that bullshit. So, hey JCB, what's up? How you doing, man? So where everybody's trickling in, that's good. No, I only, all my computers are laptops because they're portable. You can take them with you. You can do other things with them. Well, not anymore. I mean, you know, if the laptop only works if it's on the internet, it's not portable anymore. Really. So yeah, what's the point? So, welcome to the show, Vaughn. What's up? How you doing, man? Yeah, so, yeah. But no, I don't buy big box computers. I've been buying laptops that they're usually the same price or a little cheaper. They have all the smoke and power that the big ones have. You can get them that way if you want to spend enough money. And they've been working fine all this time. It's just now, you know, that they're all starting to be... All my laptops, I've got 3 of them right here that all have DVD drives in them. And 2 of them do the show pretty good, The one does a great job, except I'm getting hacked. That guy has, it's got to be a Bluetooth he's doing, because I've unplugged it from the internet completely, where I have no internet service at all, and he's still on my computer hacking me. So it's got to be done through Bluetooth, not Wi-Fi. And so he's got to be close by. So that's the one computer that works great out here doing my show, but I keep getting hacked. So I can't use that one. The other one won't. Well, that one would probably work. Oh, but it's got all the USB ports are dead except one. I don't know why they failed. I haven't figured it out. I've been trying to get them back, but they don't want to come back. No, well, Bill, I don't know who it is. There's a trailer park. You know, my power lines are right over here, high tension power lines, and there's a nice gap between me and the subdivision that's over there, but it's probably 300 to 500 feet away, I'd say. It's probably a pretty good guess. And I think that's the only way. Somebody's got some kind of computer over there, or a phone that has. It's probably coming from a phone, honestly, and that has Bluetooth capability, and their Bluetooth. And I've tried to turn the Bluetooth off on that laptop. I can't even find where it says it has Bluetooth. But that's the only way it could be computing with that, connecting with that computer, because I've turned the Wi-Fi off, and he still is on there hacking me. So I don't get it. I don't know how the fuck he did that, but in a minute, Von, I'm gonna go get. It came yesterday. I'm gonna go get that box. We're gonna do an unboxing. I'm just going through some other shit here in a minute here, but we're gonna get to that. So I have one more soapbox to get on here, and then we'll get to the airplane. So you guys, I bought all these cars lately, I bought two Dodge Daytonas and a Super Bee, two 2006s and a 2007. The Super Bee's a 2007, and it has all these codes on the dash, and it requires everything has a steering angle sensor. I don't know why we need a steering angle sensor, but it has that. And everybody on YouTube said that when you have all these lights on, you need to recalibrate the steering angle sensor. Well, my scan tool is so old it doesn't have that capability, so I had to buy a new scan tool. So I get the scan tool. Now this is a scan tool, it's a good one, and I'm going to bring it in when I bring the airplane in. It's a big, Mac Daddy, has all the menus and it's not some little code reader. It's a full-blown scan tube, does diagnostics and all that. And so I go out to the car and I plug it in, and the first thing it wants to do is connect to the internet. Why do I need my scan tool to connect to the internet? I don't need the internet to scan the car. It's a scan tool. So I had to come back and give it my email address, my Wi-Fi, get it connected. It had to do updates. It had to do all this shit. I was working on this thing for an hour before I could actually go out to the car and use it as a scan tool. And then it wants to look stuff up, like the Spectrum transmitter. Which one was that you could order you could order Jimmy John's sandwich on the transmitter because it had Wi-Fi capability. So that's the way this thing is. So now it's trying to look up scenarios. The AI is trying to look up what could be wrong with the car. Listen, I don't need you to help me. Just give me the information. I know how to work the car. Just give me the information I need so I can make my own analysis. I don't need the internet to make my analysis. I've got this. Yeah, exactly, Wiggs. So I scan it and I see that where the communication problem is. So I look up in the owner's manual what fuse could be, and I changed the fuse to fix the car. And now the car had no capability. It was in limp mode. You couldn't drive it over. It was stuck in second gear. It wouldn't shift. Wouldn't go over 3,000 RPM. And so I diagnosed what was wrong, looked up the fuse, changed the fuse, fixed the car. So TX transmitter. Yeah, it was one of the Spectrum. I can't remember what the damn name of it was. They came out with the 14, I think, after the... I think it was the 20 that did all that Wi-Fi. You could order a sandwich on it, and like I wouldn't need it to fly the airplane. I don't need to order a sandwich on my transmitter, you know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he'll be hacking. Well, hopefully my scanner doesn't have Bluetooth capability, you know. So hopefully it won't. He won't be able to get into that. But yeah, you're right. Now the hacker will be able to scan my. You know, I would rather that I would have to plug the scan tool into a port, a USB port, to run updates, not do it remotely through Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or whatever. You know, because you just do that occasionally. And the damn scanner should have worked without me doing anything. If I wanted, yeah, the IX20 and the IX14, that's what it was. Thanks, Swigs. Yep, you're right. So no, not any transmitter. Any IX does. Oh, that. Okay, yeah. I don't do Spectrum and I don't do IX. So yeah. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, you know, the scan tool, and it's a nice scan tool. And I bought one. I didn't buy one that had all the bells and whistles because I don't need it to do Ferraris and Lamborghinis and Maserati. I'm never going to own those cars, and I'm never going to work on those cars. So, but it'll do the basic stuff. You know, American, probably all the way up to 2023, 25 maybe. It's got all the, you know, it has I can calibrate the throttle, I can calibrate the steering angle sensor, I can calibrate the ABS brake system. It has all that capability. I picked one out that wasn't too expensive, but would do 99.9% of the stuff I'll ever have to do. So, you're waiting on the IX16? So anyway, so that's another one of the, you know, this technology. Again, I don't mind technology; it's fine, but don't do away with old tech and replace it with new tech. Just add the new tech to it. That computer right there is a perfect example that can be done. That computer has everything in it. It has every port you'd ever want to use on a computer. A serial port, parallel port, three USB ports, a Ethernet connector, a modem connector for a phone line. I think it has RCA jacks on the back. It's got 3 plugs in the front here for plugging in, you know, headphones and stuff. You can't plug a headphone into this. It's got to be a wireless. It's got to be a Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. There's no ports here to plug nothing in. So you can't run headphones on this, wired headphones. They have to be wireless. You know? That computer to me is worthless. I'm not going to go out and buy all this new tech to go with it. I'm just not going to use it. You know, I'll just throw it in my floppy drive. Yeah, that one. It has a DVD drive, CD, DVD. I don't think it has a floppy drive. I think it's too new for a floppy drive. But you know, that's kind of. I mean, we're really pushing it at floppy drive because the memory capability of the floppy drive was stupid compared to what we would do today. So, you know, I mean, some of it I get, but you know, at least all the computers I've ever ordered until that last one, not this one, but the one before it, had a DVD drive in it. You know, it had that was a requirement. If it doesn't have a DVD drive, I don't want it because I want to be able to at least watch a movie. If I lose power, lose the internet, whatever. It's a battery-operated computer, run 2 or 3 hours on its own battery, and it has a port. I can slide a DVD in it and watch a fucking movie, so it's usable even without the internet. The stuff they're putting out today, if you don't have internet, it's worthless. You can't do anything with this. It does absolutely nothing without the internet. So you can't do anything with it. So it's just, you know. Yes, it runs DOS. Absolutely. Yep. All computers run DOS. You know, I don't know if you knew that. All computers, you know, there's machine language, then there's DOS, and then everything runs off of DOS. So the new Windows, everything runs off DOS. So yes, DOS is on every computer, and you can when you do a command prompt on your computer, that's DOS. And yeah, I love DOS. I can do anything I need to do on my computer in DOS. You know, copy files, move files. You know, yeah, I can do all that from DOS. So, sometimes I have to when you know Windows shuts down or locks up or whatever. You know, I just open a command prompt and I go do whatever I'm going to do with DOS. You know, I had to fix my thumb drive failed the other day. It got corrupted. The only way to fix it is on a command prompt in DOS, and you run checkdisk /F, and checkdisk will refix this. Will go through every single file on the thumb drive and correct the error. And it fixed it. So now the thumb drive's good again, and all the files are back. And then they were all print files for the printer, and I got them all back. So, using DOS. So yeah, DOS is awesome. You know, we should just still be programming in DOS. We don't need all this bullshit. You know, it's not necessary. It's pretty. It looks cool. You know, pretty little buttons with pictures of a wrench on it or a car or whatever. But you know, you don't need all that. It's you know, it'll work just fine without that. If you just want it to work, you know, it doesn't have to look pretty. I could use it as a prop balancer stand, yeah? You know, I'm not sure I could. I don't think it's flat. Let me look here. I think it's tapered. Yeah, it kind of tapers down, so it's leaning a little bit. So, yeah, it probably wouldn't even be good for that. Yep, exactly. Star. Copy star. Yep. Copy everything. Yeah, so yeah. So I love DOS, you know, and I love the new technology. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I'm anti, you know, new technology, but I don't want them to throw away old technology in lieu of new technology, you know, because to me this laptop is worthless. I mean, you know, as long as you have, you know, Wi-Fi, you can use it, but if you don't, it doesn't. You can't use it for anything. You know, it wouldn't even make a good hot plate, because you know, it'd just melt. You put a hot pan on there, it just melted. So all right. So I think that covers everything. Let's go get an airplane. I'll bring the scan tool and we'll just look at it real quick. I'll show you how cool it is. It's pretty cool. I was going to go online and look around for a scan tool that doesn't require the internet. And I thought it for a minute, and I thought, no, there probably isn't one. I'm sure every new scan tool available today requires the internet, I'm sure. So I'm just going to keep the one I got. It's a very nice one. It's a good brand. It's a nice one. And it'll work on every car I'll ever own. So it's good. But but I got my Super Bee fixed. It still has a check engine light, which is no big deal. I think I know what that is. It needs O2 sensors, and it has a low tire warning sensor, and that's it. Everything else is fine. The car drives good now. Goes through the gears, runs everything. So that fixed it. That one fuse fixed the car, and I'm sure when I plug the scan tool back into it, it'll be able to communicate with all the different modules that it was not able to connect with before, which is really funny because when I went into diagnostic mode on the scan tool and brought up raw data, I just wanted to see the data, it showed me all the data from all the modules. It was giving me the engine temperature, transmission temperature, what gear the transmission was in, the steering angle of the steering, everything that I needed to know was displayed in the live data. So I'm like, well, how is it not talking? It can't communicate with these modules, but it's giving me all the data from those modules. So I didn't understand that. That's what was really kind of racking my brain, why I can't get this damn thing to work when it's sitting here giving me all the live data, but yet it says it can't communicate with any of the modules. So I couldn't figure that out. But anyway, so the fuse fixed it, and that was good to go. So my $4,000 barn find was super screaming good deal, because that's a $30,000 car still today, and I got it for $4,000 because the guy that owned it doesn't know anything about a car, didn't have the common sense to even. All it needed really was transmission fluid. It ran out of transmission fluid because it had a small leak. And when he described to me how it failed, I knew that was the problem. So I bought it, brought it home. Now he had hooked the battery up backwards, trying to jump start it, and I think that's what blew the fuse. And I knew he had done that, but I didn't know where to look for what fuse. And these are those kind of fuses you can't look at it and tell. And I could have gotten a test light and checked it, but I just decided that I wanted to do it. I thought I was going to do it smarter with the scan tool. Maybe, maybe not. The jury's still out on that one. But anyway, it's fixed. So awesome. So now all three of my cars that I bought for next to nothing, all run drive, are in perfect condition mechanically, and the interiors are perfect in all three of the cars. The exterior on the Super B, it's going to need paint on the top surfaces. Probably just have the whole car painted, but the other two look great. They're beautiful. The Super B needs painted. So all right, enough of that. What's that say? Well, we can't see who you're talking to. Hi. Well, I'm talking to you. What happened? Did the camera go off? I got a picture. The camera's working. I don't have any, low. You forgot XP. Oh. Yeah, that's true. I still have computers running XP. So, some of my old ones. I got two old gateways out in the other garage where I used to do the show from. Yeah, on those computers, by the way, and they're still running XP. Yeah. All right. So let me go get the P-40. Let's take a look at that. Fred, what's up? We'll get that. I'm anxious to see it. I've been wanting this airplane since they came out with it. So it's been out a long time, and they finally delivered it. So let me go get that, and I'll grab the scan tool, come back, and we'll get busy. Probably going to have to move some of this off the table. Hey, David, what's up? How you doing, man? Yeah, well, we're working on it. It's not 100%, David, but I'll go 80%. We're 80% there. Still not there. I'll get back into that when I come back. Let me go get the airplane. I'll be right back. And all right, nobody posting pictures of the empty chair. Oh, there's Kenny live again. Yeah. You guys are smart asses. Okay. All right. So this is the scan tool I bought. It's called Top Don. And it'll power up on its own. It's got its own power source. And it's got everything OBS, OBD2, maintenance, diagnostic, library, updates, battery voltage, history, user info. It goes on and on. There's menu after menu after menu. And it's not just a code reader. This one will actually it can calibrate like the steering angle sensor or the throttle. You know, most cars today are throttle by wire. You know, there isn't a mechanical push rod or throttle cable. It's just a wire. There's a potentiometer on the gas pedal. Sends the signal to the computer. The computer sends the signal to a actuator. So this will calibrate that. It does all that kind of stuff. So I needed. No, OBD1 is you can diagnose OBD1 with a paperclip. You know, and I don't mean that in a bad way, because I love OBD1. As a matter of fact, I convert on the Impalas. I was converting all the OBD2 Impalas back to OBD1 because I could program the OBD1. I have a programmer on a laptop that lets me I can go into any table in there and change it. So there's predetermined tables for fuel curves and stuff, and I can go in those tables and change them, change the shift points in the transmission, the pressures. I can change anything in the OBD1. So I love OBD1, but you don't need a tool like this for OBD1. All you do is short the thing with a paper clip and count the blinky lights. And I've tried to find a tool that would do both OBD1 and 2, but you know, unless I want to spend about $4,000 for a tool, I already have what I need to program OBD1, so I really don't need to buy a scan tool for it. But yeah, it's a program. There's two programs I use. One's called LT1 Edit, and that's what it's for programming the Impalas. And then there's another one. It's a free scan tool. It's a live data scan tool that works off your if you have to have a computer with a parallel port, you know, which is an old printer port, the big long plug, and you build yourself this little widget thing that convert, you know, to a cable like this to that plug. You plug that in the laptop, plug this in the car, run the program. All the live data comes in, and it's in DOS, and it's a DOS program, and there's no lag. It's instantaneous, the feedback. So, and that's especially good for diagnosing O2 sensors, because most O2 sensors they read the data like it's kind of this kind of a wave, and that's not what's really happening. It's really doing this, and my DOS program shows that. You know, it's moving that fast, and if it's not moving that fast, you need to replace the O2 sensor. But when you've got one of these modern ones that reads it like this, well, you don't know if you need an O2 sensor or not. It's working, but it's lazy. Okay, and once it's lazy, it's not really working to the best it can. So you want it to work like this, and you need that DOS program that I run to actually see that. So, but it's a nice scan tool. I'm pretty happy with it. You know, I haven't had a chance to use it much, but it at least solved my my Super Bee problem. So now the Super Bee's fixed. I was a little worried that the transmission was broke, because that's what he thought. When he sold the car to me, he said it needs paint and it's got a bad transmission. But then when we got there, and super nice guy, I love this guy. As a matter of fact, he doesn't live far from here, and I'm extending I'm going to invite him to come use. I'm going to be able to put update on the apartment. I'm putting in the floor tonight for the upstairs. The last 16 by 16 section of floor is going in tonight. All the joists are in. 264 screws later to screw the floor, the joists in and the stringer. Well, that doesn't count the stringers. But yeah, so 264 screws were done. I've got the stringer. I've got not all the stringers, but enough to put the floor in. So I'm going to put the floor in tonight as soon as I'm done with you guys, and then that gets the wood off the floor, so I can go get my 4-post lift for working on cars. I don't think I'm going to go get it tomorrow, but next week for sure. I'll go get my 4-post lift, and I'll probably do a video of me putting it together and putting it up. So stay tuned for that. That's coming soon too. How does it go? Yeah, you saw. You want me to do it? Here, I'll do it backwards. See, there you go. Yeah. So that's how it goes backwards. Yeah, I know, Von. I got flash drive, flash drive. Hang on. I got more. I don't know where. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's in here. So I'm missing another white one like this, which might be in the house. And then I'm missing another. This is a 2 terabyte flash drive right here. I have 2 of these. And then I don't know what the capacity of these are. Each one of these flash drives came with each printer. So I have 3 printers. I have 3 of these flash drives. And then I got 2 more up there. I got plenty of flash drives. Yeah, I know. But you can't buy a movie that came on a flash drive. Now I know you can download a movie and put it on a flash drive, but you still can go to Walmart and buy a DVD, and then bring it home. And if you've got a laptop that has a DVD player, like all 3 of those, you can put the movie in and watch it on the laptop. It'll actually work. It'll do something. Can't do that with this thing. I can't do anything with this thing. Anyway. So yeah, but I get your point, Von. I'm not living in the past, but I do like the old tech. I like the new tech too, but I like the old tech. I want to be able to still use my old tech to enhance my new tech. So that's my story. So the floor will be done tonight. The last that section of floor is 28 feet by 16 feet. I already did the first 12 by 16, and now I'm going to do the last 16 by 16. Is all the joists are in. They're all aligned. They're all 16 inch on center, perfectly straight. I've got all the strapping in to hold them in place. So now I can put the wood up on top there and screw it all down, and the floor will be done. And then we can start building the walls upstairs. And then it's just running electrical, put in the insulation, put in the drywall, and we're done. So I know that sounds quick, but it's not. It takes time, especially for me. But it would go a lot faster if I had helpers, for sure. But I've had to do the whole thing by myself. I've had a little bit of help from 2 friends. But not. Oh, there's the other one. There's 3. Yeah, here's 3. These are the 3 drives that came with the computer. This is the K1C. This is the K2 Max, and this is the K1 Max. Yeah, K1C, K1 Max, and this is the Anycubic Cobra S1. And then, like I said, I bought 2 of these 2 terabyte drives, and the other one's in the house because that's the one I had to run check disk on, and I was afraid to try it on this computer. Because all my print files are on that other one, so I got to print the pedestals, these, for the Bigfoot trophies. Okay, and they're on that other drive. So now that I've got the drive fixed, I can put this in the K1C and start printing these out to go with the Bigfoot these are your Bigfoot trophies this year, guys. The base will be black, but it'll be this size. These are the trophies, and I'm going to try, no promises, but I'm going to try to drill a hole through his hand here, and then print a tiny little airplane, and put it in his hand. I don't know if I can do it or not. I'm going to try. But that's going to be the Bigfoot trophies this year. So I've already printed all of these. I've got 6 of these printed, and I got to print the bases. And I couldn't print. I was going to start printing the bases 2 days ago, but the drive was failed. I had to go fix the drive, and then I got busy with other things. I got a lot going on, guys. I got a lot going on right now. So anyway, all right. So let's see. One drive per vehicle. Yeah. No. Well, per printer. Yeah, not vehicle. Yeah, 1 drive per vehicle, per printer. A tiny Draco. Yeah, well, that would be cool. Yeah, I don't think there's a file out there for a Draco. I think I was gonna do the A1 Sky Raider, but I found a B model Mustang that I think I can shrink down to the size it would have to be in there, and I think that'll print okay. I'm gonna try that one first. So I'm gonna have a little tiny. I don't know what color to print it though. It's gonna print it in black, but I don't know. What do you guys think? If you got a gold Bigfoot, what color airplane should he have? I don't know. Give me some feedback on that. Think about it. But if he's going to be holding an airplane, what color should the airplane be? I don't know. All right, so how many flash drives? Oh, I don't know. I have at least 7 flash drives, but I really don't need the old ones. The other ones are old tech. Now I've got 2 of these 2 terabyte ones, so I don't think I'll ever fill these up ever. The 2 of these, so I don't think I'll ever need another flash drive. Not for by the time I need another flash drive, they'll be obsolete, and we'll have something different. We'll have a chip in our hand that's connected to the internet, and everything will be on my chip in my hand, so that I'll always have everything with me, and then I can just put my hand on the printer and tell it what file to print. You know. So. Silver, yeah, I thought maybe a silver airplane. I have silver filament, so I can print them in silver. Yeah, I thought that might look pretty good. I did print one, for the Hard Luck Award. I printed a brass Bigfoot for the Hard Luck Award. Yeah, instead of gold. So there's 5 golds and a brass. So the brass one's going to be the Hard Luck Award, I guess. It's up to Scott, whatever he wants to do with them. But I think I'd throw that in there. So, yeah, too many flash drives. Yeah, it's easy to keep track of them because these 2 are the same drive, but one's got a sticker on it. So I know that's the K1 Max, and this is the K1C, and then this one's totally different. And that's the one that came with the Anycubic, so I know what those 3 are. And then this one just has all the files off of those 2 laptops. When I rebooted them, I completely wiped them and started new. And I took all the files and put them on this drive. And the drive still shows that it has full capacity. It still has 2 terabytes. I put 2 laptops worth of data on this drive, and it still says it has 2 terabytes of disk space. So. Yeah, David, we're gonna. I just brought the box in. We're gonna unbox it right now. I just got it. I got it yesterday. But the funny thing was, I went to the website, FMS's website, and they don't show they shipped it yet. After you made that comment Saturday, I went and looked, and they don't show they shipped it. And then yesterday, it just showed up, and I'm like, well, what's the point of having tracking if you're not tracking it? It's like, that didn't make any sense. So, anyway. So the laptop that I had at Bigfoot, where I was playing movies on the big screen in my trailer, is the laptop I'm using right now. Now that's a very, very, very old. It's running Windows 10. Come to think of it, though, when I bought it, the guy had put Windows 10 on it, but this probably came with Windows 95 on it. Or what was it? What was it? Windows 3 or something before Windows 95? It's that old, but it looks brand new and it works, and it's doing a great job right now streaming. Not perfect, but pretty damn good. So that's the laptop we're actually streaming on. I just wanted to test it. The laptop that I ran at Christmas, when I was in Deb's apartment for Christmas, that's the laptop that's coming out here to do my show on. Because that one works. It's compatible with everything. It has a Ethernet connection on it, or Wi-Fi, and it's got plenty of ports for the cameras, and so that's the one we're going to run. I'm going to run that, but I just brought this one out here tonight just because I wanted to test it to see if it could do the job, and it can, And this brand new one I got can't. This thing can't do anything. It's a total piece of crap. So. All right, so let me move this stuff off the table so we got a little room to work with the P-40. Did you put yours together, David? Did you open the box? What did you do? If I hadn't been so damn busy, I probably would have already done just a recording of it. But I really wanted to see this airplane bad, but I've been just crazy busy. I had to go to my attorney's today. Well, actually, I had to go. My big Barbara lawsuit. The paperwork he printed for me to file, he had to reprint, and that was a month ago. So he had to reprint it, and I had to take it and go get it notarized. And then I had to take it to the county building and record it. That cost $10. And then I was supposed to drive to my attorney's office, but he couldn't see me today. He's too busy. So that was about 3 hours because of where I had to go, where my bank is to get it notarized. Where the county building is totally the opposite direction, about 30 miles, and then the attorney's office is totally the other direction again, another 30 miles. So, but I didn't go there. He couldn't see me. So yeah, that was, and I was working on the floor last night until about 10:30 this morning. It's too hot out here during the day, guys. I can't work out here during the day. It's too damn hot. It's it's over 100 degrees in here. Right now it's 86, and I don't even have the air conditioning running right now, and it's comfortable. I got a little fan blowing. It's just working great. All right. So I know you guys are playing a drinking game. What word is it that I'm saying that? Because I'll say it more if you guys want to drink. Well, what word am I using too much tonight? What's the word that Jeff always uses? The little phrase he always says. I forget now. That was our drinking game on his show. I don't remember what it was now. You ordered a P-40, Fred? You mean you didn't already have a P-40? Come on, I thought that was one of the planes. Oh, Oh, flash drive. Oh, that's the drinking game. Okay, good to know. I'll try to work it in the show. I'll do my best to work it into the show. I'll be very clever about it too. Wait till you see. Does the fan support flash drive? No, no, it's just a regular old plug-in-the-wall fan. No Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth, no none of that. No, just plug it in and it works. You know, it's old school. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, good enough. I think that's pretty clear. So for some reason, the Logitech camera is not working on this drive, but I haven't tried unplugging it and plugging it back in or any of that nonsense. So I'm sure if I wanted to fart with it, I could get it working, but I could probably plug it into this. So I got this cute little adapter that converts. It'll plug into an iPhone, a Type-C, or a USB. So you can plug it into any of those, and then it reads a SD card, the mini SD card. I think you can plug another plug into it. It looks like maybe for if your camera has the capability of being a webcam, and then there's two USB ports, so you can plug a flash drive into it. So oh, you have one. You ordered another one, so now you have two of them, or do you have three? If you get three, you get free shipping. You know, don't forget that. That's why I had to buy 3 yellow Dodge Charger. You know, it's called Top Banana. I had to order 3 of them to get the free shipping. So. I don't know. That's a good question. Well, Fred, we're going to get it out of the box right now. We'll find out. We'll have to see if it's got a flash drive port. Yeah. I believe the instructions to put it together are on the flash drive. I don't hold me to that, but I think maybe. All right, let's move this machete out of the way. That should be fine right there. All right. Let's put the chair here. I'll put the box there. All right. I missed your David. Did you say you did open yours? I missed it. If you did, I have not received my. You haven't received yours yet. Oh wow! I thought. Oh, so you only got the shipping notification. You didn't get the plane. I thought you get the plane already. Oh, my bad. Yeah, that's what got me all excited. Is I thought you said you had already gotten your plane. All you got was the notification. That's interesting. I didn't get a notification. That according to FMS, they didn't send it yet, but here it is. So figure that one out. I don't get that one at all. I don't know how the hell that works. PT 104-739 105 Chinese something okay. I don't know what all that means. I hope the plane's okay. Well, it's the right airplane, so that's a start. It's definitely a P-40. Not my favorite model of the P-40, but I'll take what I can get. My big LX model one is my favorite. That thing's beautiful. That's my favorite P-40. But I wanted this one anyway, because everybody said it flies really good. So, and I'm a big fan of the P-40. I like that airplane. All right, so here we go. There's the box. I know you're not going to be able to see the whole thing, but let me get the cardboard out of the way, and then we'll get back to it. Yeah, this is actually doing pretty good now. I mean, at the beginning of the show, I guess the computer was still sorting out how it was going to cache the memory and stuff. You know, because it's got it sorted out now. This is streaming fine. At least at my end, it looks fine here. I'm not getting the circle of death. I'm not getting the warning that I'm not streaming enough data to have a smooth. I'm not getting that. It's just, I got a green light, excellent connection. Looks good. So we need a hell driver. Yeah, you're right, Wild Bill. I think it was pretty sure it was Flightline made one. It was beautiful, and they discontinued it. Make sure my camera has a flash drive in. Okay, I'll make sure. That's good advice. Thank you, Fred. All right. Yeah. Okay. So the box appears to be undamaged. I don't see any, forklift forks going through the box or anything. It all looks good. So that's a good sign. We should be all right. All right. Let's, so this is the top. Let's get an air gap there, and then I think I had it right the first time. Yeah, I'm going to turn it back around. I think it's going to be the box easier this way. All right. Unless that's not the top of the box. Yeah. This actually has a solid. Oh no, it doesn't either. All right, I thought it had a solid lid on it, which is very unusual, but it doesn't. Just the inside. Okay. All right, here we go. So here's where it looks in the box, which is I'm already liking it. So bottom of the wing here, that's the right wing. Got the spinner here, rudder here. I'm sure that's attached to the vertical stabilizer. The fuselage is right here. Instructions are rolled up. I hate it when they do that. I wish they would just put it. Why can't they just lay it in here like this? You know, it would be fine. laying flat, but they roll it up. It's impossible to keep the damn thing open when it's rolled up. You're going to fart with it. That looks like plumbing pipe. I'm sure that's the wing hold downs. Kind of odd. That's weird. I haven't seen one like that. I'm sure that's what those are. And then we've got a bag of screws and the control horns. Not the control horns, the control rods. The horns are already installed. They're all ball joint. But none, the rods aren't installed. So you're going to have to do install the rods. Alright. So the first thing I'm going to do is, you guys know I take all the tape off. So let's get all the tape off the box. Then we'll go from there. I am going to put this plane together, so we're not putting this one back in the box. Alright. Looks like it's packaged well. I don't see any fingerprint crush marks or anything, so that looks really good. And it's the Flying Tiger scheme. I like that too. That's a big plus. Okay. So it's got the. If you guys are familiar with the these little doors open here. And the gear comes down forward and rotates. So the P-40 is about the only plane that does that. The most planes they go side to side, not back. This goes back. The A1 Sky Raiders go back. The Corsairs go back. But most of the time they don't fold back like this. This is kind of a rarity. We've got two guns that are mounted here. Those will get broke off right away, I'm sure. So, somebody will step on those. They've got the light in the right place. So on a P-40, the nav light is not on the tip like it is on most airplanes. It's set back into the wing here, and so it goes straight through top and bottom. Okay, so that's right. That's correct. That's the way it's supposed to look. So, yeah, I don't see any no issues here. There's one tiny fingerprint there, but nothing to worry about. That looks good. I'm okay with that. All right, let's move on to the next piece here. Okay. Alright, here's the vertical stab. It has real hinges, not foam hinges. And it's got a there's a name for that kind of hinge. I can't think of what it is, but it's the standard real hinge, you know, where it plugs in, you know, and it's pivoting inside the. That's the way this is. It's a real that's exactly a scale type hinge. Very nice. You know, very well done. If you go full throw, you do see some white there. They didn't get quite enough paint, but that's okay. Not a big deal. And this looks fine. I don't see any wrinkling, no compression marks. Yeah, that looks good. Nothing wrong there. Perfect. Okay. Brown spinner. I'm pretty sure. I thought those were red on the Flying Tigers, but I could be wrong. I thought the spinners were red. Not a big deal. Okay, here's the horizontal. And this too has some submerged hinges. Not foam hinges, not you know, folding hinges. It's a submerged hinge. So very scalable, very nice. Very nice. And it's all ball links. Everything's a ball link, so that's good. That looks good. All right. Okay, so here's the center drop tank. Man, that's got some detail on it. Holy crap. So, God, I wish I could get the camera close. I'll try to push it over here as much as I can. There's all these stabilizer pins and everything that are just there for looks. It's not how it's going to be held on. But that really looks, that's a lot of detail. So if you want to fly with the tank, you know, that's going to look really good with all that detail in there. Pretty nice. That's really cool. All right. Some extra foam here. Extra foam here. I don't think I have. Oh yeah, there's one more piece I have to untape. Okay, here. Okay, this fuselage is next because the other wing is at the bottom. And the only thing left over here, alright, let me get this. So I don't know why, but FMS is not big on carbon fiber, like spars and stuff. They always use fiberglass. And sometimes it's black fiberglass, and sometimes it's this day glow yellow or like glow in the dark green. But it's a fiberglass rod, not a carbon fiber. Got the prop here. It's the standard, you know, 3-piece prop. You have to build, and it's going to build inside the spinner. Yeah, the spinner's 2 pieces, and you have to put the blades inside the spinner and screw them together. I hope the screws are in here. No, they're not. So they must be in the other bag. Okay, well, shouldn't be too hard to figure that out. Okay, so that's everything there. Okay, here comes the Mac Daddy. Here comes the fuselage. All right. So you know, for some reason, somebody always seems to ding up the very nose where the spinner, you know, molds to. There's always a ding there. Just about every plane I've ever gotten, there's always a ding there. I don't know why. I don't know how come it's so hard to not do that. Okay, so the canopy is just magnet on it because it's got a pull tab here. So tongue and groove in the front, magnet in the back.
It's got a removable battery tray. Good deal. There you go. So the battery tray's in the front here, up under here. You pull the tray out, strap your battery in, slide the tray back in, and lock it in. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, looks good. I don't see any, no real damage here. Looks good. You know, everything looks pretty good here. This is way nicer than my Corsair for sure. So yeah, very nice. It's got the same distribution board in there that the other two planes had. The T-28 and the Corsair had the same wing distribution board. So ribbon cable coming out of the wing plugs into this board. Very, very reliable. Like that, I've had a lot of planes with that, and they always work. So no real worries there. Okay, and then the last thing is this wing. The other wing. Let me so I can get this piece of foam out of here. Okay. Wow. Boy, guys, if you get this plane, make sure that bottom wing, be careful taking it out. You'll break those damn cannons off. Just trying to get it out of the box. Be very careful. The way it was in there, it almost made you roll it out this way, and if you did, you'd break these cannons off. So, yeah, be real careful getting that out of the box. All right, so this one's probably the worst showing foam cells. There's a lot of cell, not damage, but just you see the cells. They're very prominent right here, here, over here. This is the only piece that really showed that. The bottom is perfect. There's almost no cell on the bottom. The bottom looks really good. But yeah, the top is definitely showing a lot of cell work there. But it looks good. And the ailerons are submerged hinges as well. The flaps are split flaps. Okay, so they're a pocket in the bottom of the wing. Okay, so it comes out of the pocket and comes down, and then when it closes back up, it flushes up with the bottom of the wing. So, and there's a lot of detail in there. They have all the ribbing inside there showing the. In the inside of the flap there's all the ribbing in there. So that's kind of cool. You will have to flex this, because this is a regular foam hinge. That's the only one that is. These are all submerged hinges, but this is a foam hinge. So you'll have to work that a little bit, get it loosened up, so that the servo doesn't have to work too hard. So that's it, guys. Looks really good. Very, very happy with this. It's a beautiful airplane, and been wanting this plane for a long time, and I just never really got around to being able to order it. Now, how in the world? Oh, that's right. It was right side up over here. Okay. Oh wow, boy, the pitot tube. Boy, the pitot tube and the guns. Boy, you better be very careful getting that bottom wing out, guys. That's just an accident looking for a place to happen. That's terrible. Wow, they really didn't design that very well. Yeah, that's going to be an easy way to screw this airplane up. Is that bottom wing, getting that out of the box without ruining those tubes and the pitot tube and the two cannons. All right, I'm going to move this over here. And the pilot's holding a flash drive.
I guess he's got letters from home. Not tonight. Yes, Bill, I definitely will balance the prop, but not tonight. I'm not going to do that tonight. And I'll be honest with you, the only reason is because I don't know where the balancer is. It got misplaced recently. I don't know where it is. I had it on the table here forever. I suspect it might be in one of these drawers that's full of all kinds of other stuff. So I can't find my prop balancer at the moment. It was on the table, and then it was on the desk because we were messing with it. And then I moved it off the desk for some reason, get it out of the way. And now I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. So, yeah. I'm sure it'll turn up, but not tonight. So, I got more things to do tonight than balance a prop. So, we're not going to do that tonight. Yeah, David, it's beautiful. It's a very beautiful airplane. I'm very happy with this. The Corsair, I already knew what the Corsair looked like. I already have it. The paint coat, the paint scheme is slightly different on the one I have because it was made by FMS, but it was sold through Horizon, and Stombock, I think, was the company name, a German Stombock, I think it was called, and it was a Red Bull Corsair. Exact same airplane, slightly different paint scheme, and Red Bull decals on it. And I've been flying that plane for 20 years, 15 anyway. And I want to retire it because it's gotten some damage. Nothing I can't fix, easy fix damage, but I want to get it all dialed back up perfect, and then I want to hang it up. I don't want to fly it anymore. So that's why I bought the second one. I can fly this one and not have to worry about it because I can't replace the Red Bull plane. They don't make it. I'm sure I can't get the decals for it. I could probably have Cali Graphics make me a set of decals for it, but it's just easier to just dial it back up the way it is because it's not bad, and make it look brand new again, and then just hang it up. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's way nicer looking than the one that FMS sells under their label, even though it's their airplane. The Red Bull version is way prettier than their stock version. Now their 1700 one is sitting right there, and I love that one. That's beautiful. It's got the big orange stripe, and then it says Navy in the stripe, and that plane's gorgeous. I love that plane. So, but still not my favorite Corsair. I got to tell you, my LX model Corsair is definitely my favorite. That's the one with the folding wings, and the paint scheme is the color scheme I really love. The detail on the prop, it's got a lot of detail on it. It's just a really, really beautiful airplane. That's my favorite, and it flies really good. It's slow, and I know a lot of people don't like these planes that fly scale speed. They want Mach Jesus, and it won't fly Mach Jesus, but it flies really good. Thanks, Vaughn. I'm sure I'm gonna love it. It's I'm already impressed. I love the color scheme. I have a little plastic model in the house I could go get and show you. That's this exact airplane, although it's the version of it that I like. Where the nose is bigger and thicker, but this paint scheme, the 77 Flying Tiger paint scheme on a little plastic model I built when I was like 8 years old, and I know exactly where it is. It's slightly damaged right now, but the glue's 30, 40 years old. The glue's falling apart. I have to re-glue some things. Canopy fell off. The windshield fell off. One of the horizontal stabilizers fell off, and I think the rudder fell off. I have all the pieces, but I got to put them back on. So, but yeah, so there we go. That's pretty good. Pretty happy with this.
So you're going to check the images on the flash drive, Fred? Okay, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, I just, you know, I remember the model because I painted my nose red because that's what the box showed on my plastic model when I did that one. And I know the P-40 I got from LX Models, you know, has the red nose also. So I'm not positive which one's more accurate. I don't know. You know, even the histories, you know, like they show if you watch any of the Great Plains videos on YouTube or any of that what's the word I'm thinking of? Documentaries. Like the red tails. You know, they show them in D model airplanes. I'm guessing they were in B models, you know, I would think. Not D's, at least not at the beginning. But they show them jumping right from the P-40 into a D model Mustang, and I don't think that's the way it worked. You know, the movie Red Tails, that's what they did. And so, okay, so were they flying Bs, or did they get them later in the war after the Ds came out? You know, I don't know. I don't, you know, haven't gotten a clear... so same thing with this, the P-40. Did they fly this version of the P-40 or the big fat nose one? And which one came first, the big fat nose one or the tapered nose? I don't know the answer to these questions. Just an observation. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Lewis? It'll be about whatever you want it to be about, Lewis. What do you want to talk about? We're already, you know, past everything I want to talk about, so the floor is open. What do you want to talk about? Yeah. Got to run. All right, JCB. We'll see you, man. Thanks for coming. Good seeing you guys. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. Although it looks like most of you did that already. Let me move that forward just a little bit so I can get my keyboard here. Yeah, see, that's the other thing, the new laptop. You know, there's no... You got to have a pill to plug into a USB port so you can operate a wireless, you know, keyboard. So I don't have to have the laptop in my lap. I can have it there to utilize the camera and operate it with a wireless keyboard. But you got to have a place to plug the USB port in. So, again, you know, it's just... I don't understand it. You know? Yeah, we still need a gun on the airplane. We're not going to get it done with missiles. We need a gun. We got to have a gun. Make sure you put a gun on it. Make sure you put a USB port on it, okay? More than two. Three's good. 4 would be better, but 3's good. I think we could probably make 3 work. So, we're talking about flash drives and P-40s. There you go. Yeah, and scan tools. And Charger Super Bees. And and laptops. And let's see, what else? What else did I bring up? Let's see. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Vaughn. That's cool. Good to know. So the thin nose one, like I just got. So that's the B version, and then they made it bigger. So I'm assuming they had to make the nose bigger because they put a bigger engine in it. Is that what happened? Is that why they made the... Hey, what's up, Keith? Is that why they made the nose bigger? I don't like the eyes on this one either. It doesn't have those sinister eyes. It just has the big oval eyes. That doesn't look very sinister, especially, for a mouth that's, looks like it's going to bite your arm off. The eyes should be, that sinister squint eyes, eye. Not this happy, googly eye. It looks like a non-moving googly eye is what it looks like. That's not very sinister looking. Yeah, scan tool with a flash drive. No. Actually, I don't think the scan tool... I don't think it uses a flash drive. Of course, there might be one hidden on it. There might be a secret door or something where you can put a flash drive in it. I don't know. Yeah. Actually, there is something over here. Hang on a minute. What is this? There's a USB-C type receiver receptacle over here. So maybe you could plug a flash drive into it. I don't know. Possible. Yeah, so this is very, very stout. Very. I mean, this feels like professional grade here. This isn't some piece of crap toy. This is a really nice, very nice scan tool. Now, so, and like I said, it'll. I'll never have a car new enough that I can't work on that tool. So I'm good. The last I had a scan tool. It was probably 30, 40 years old. 30 anyway. And it got fire damaged when my Impala that I was in when I had that accident. It still works, but it looks pretty bad. It's got a lot of scorching on the outside of it, melted here or there a little bit. The screen's kind of cloudy, but it works. But it's mostly OBD1. It has removable modules. There's an OBD1 module, and then there's an OBD2 module. You just swap the modules. There was a Ford module, and I think that's it. Yeah, I don't think there was it might have been a Chrysler module. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I know there was a Ford OBD1, OBD2, and you just change the module depending on the car you're working on. So, and it did its job for in its day, but it won't handle all these new cars with these angle, steering angle sensor and throttle position sensor, and it doesn't have that capability, but this one does. So we'll be good. Yeah. The last time you owned a computer was a VIC-20. That's not true. You got a computer in your pocket right now. No more flash drives. I'm drunk. Beetlejuice. Let's see, what else is new and exciting I could tell you about? I don't know if some of you might not have saw this. I printed this vase that's just wild. And I know, I print a lot of vases, but this one's really wild. This was printed in vase mode. Okay? Which means that it's one continuous path. It never stops. It doesn't go the other direction. It doesn't do any craziness. It just goes around in circles.
continuous. One continuous circle, never stops, doesn't have a start and stop point. And the overlay and the overhangs and the detail in this vase, I couldn't believe it would be able to be printed in vase mode. I didn't think, there's no way. Because there's too many intersecting lines that go over each other. And there's, how would you print that? Well, they did it. It printed. They did it. It amazed me that it printed. I mean, the bottom here is just smooth, right? So I had to sit here and wait 20 minutes before we got high enough to start doing all this detail, because I had to see that. I wanted to see it print that. I mean, I had to sit here and watch it. So I sat there watching just go round in circles, because this is all smooth, until it got to this part, and then I was just blown away that it could do that. That was really cool. Yeah, that's true. We use it to watch cat videos, yeah. Do you have a cat, Lewis? About 6 months ago I acquired a cat. Not a big cat person, but this is a pretty good cat. He listens, he comes when I call it. He stays in the yard. He's pretty good. He's just happy as a clam to just lay in the driveway, just in the dirt, And then he comes in the house, gets on the bed with all this dirt in his fur, and then he sits there and cleans himself for an hour. All right, Wiggs, you got out here too? All right, man. Hey, thanks for coming. It's good seeing you. You have a good night. Oh, yeah. So a commercial just came? Yeah. I have it set for the minimum amount of commercials. So it's only ever supposed to do one, I think only one every half hour. I think is what it's set for. I think that's the minimum. So doing one of my, like a flying a plane or something, if you may get one video commercial and maybe probably none at all. But yeah, I can't control that anymore. They've decided they don't care if you're going to monetize it or not. They're going to put a commercial in it anyway. They don't care. Because too many people like me were not monetizing their videos, and they couldn't sell ad space because they couldn't put a video. They couldn't put a commercial in our video because we didn't monetize it. Well, now they say we can put a video in there whether you monetize it or not. We don't care. Okay. Well, then I might as well monetize it because you're going to put a commercial in it anyway. I might as well get paid. So screw you. But yeah, that's YouTube's new policy. We're going to put a commercial in it whether you like it or not. Okay. Ace of Vase. Let's see, I get ace status if I print 5, right? It says 5 kills is an ace, so 5 vases is an ace. So I'm like a 7-time over vase. Ace. Vase ace. That's a tongue twister. Oh, you feel like you missed a... Well, you haven't missed a month of mine. I'm trying to do more of them. When I have something to talk about, and there's going to be a lot of car content coming up. because I bought all these cars, and I have 15 cars now, 2 motorcycles and a truck. So I got a lot of content coming that way. And I'm going to put a 4-post lift in next week. And for the people that haven't been to my show, they're going to get a preview of the new, Garage Mahal and what's going on inside the Garage Mahal with the lift, 4-post lift going in, and the apartment being built, and yeah, so there's going to be a lot going on. So I'm just trying to expand. Yeah, the Brady Bunch. Yeah. Changed your mind. You changed your mind about what? How did it, in what way did it change your mind? I loved that show. The Brady Bunch was a great show. I loved that show. And I don't know if you guys have followed they actually, the house that the Brady Bunch was filmed, the outside of the house, was not what the inside looked like at all. It was a single-story house inside. No staircase going upstairs or any of that. But it has it now. An enthusiast bought the house and redid the entire inside to match exactly what the Brady house looked like on the show. So now that house looks like the inside that it did in the show. Now, not everything's in quite the right place as it was in the show, most of it, but there's nothing in the attic. They had to put the attic. Cousin Oliver had a bedroom in the attic, but it's actually downstairs in the real house. But it still looks the same. Once you're in the room, it's the right room. So they just did a documentary on it. So look, if you're a Brady Bunch fan, look it up. It's amazing what they did. It's beautiful, and they did it damn near perfect. I found a couple of small little imperfections in their copy, but I mean it's there. It's 99.9. It's really, really well done. They had to change the back of the house to put an upstairs in, but from the front, from the curb, it still looks the same. The outside, and at one point, the house has changed a bunch over the years. They put a big gated wall up in front of that house at one point. It had pillars and gates that opened, and to the driveway, and and then they tore that down. It's changed hands many times, and it's changed the look many times. But now they brought it back to the way it was on the show, the inside and out, and it's it sold for a couple million. Yep. Yeah, it's so apparently the woman that owns it now they only do like showings of the house by appointment only. And I'm sure she charges you, if you want to come in and look at it. But the documentary, they got full access to the house, so we got to see everything, and it's really impressive. I thought that was super cool. Yeah, I'm sure you missed Iowa a lot, Keith. I'm sure you were crying in your beer every day. All right, I think. Let me read my show here. New old laptops. Yeah, I think we covered everything I had in the title. Yeah. I don't know if we want to venture off of that or. everybody ready to go to bed? I got to get busy on the floor. I mean, not really, but I'll be out here all night, so it doesn't matter. When I get started, I get started. I'm not in any hurry to shut this down. So, yeah. So I don't know what. I don't know if I have anything. Yeah, I imagine. What'd you spend it on? Was the food expensive, or did you buy knickknacks? Did you do a bunch of activities that spent the money? Where'd you spend the money mostly? I hope I get there one day. I really want to see Hawaii. Yep, of course I got the P-40 when it was on sale. You don't think I'm going to pay full price for an airplane, do you? That's never going to happen. Yeah, I definitely got it on sale, for sure. I bought 3. You got to get the free shipping. You got to buy 3. So I bought the P-40, the T-28, and the Corsair, all 1,400. So, yeah. So I got my free shipping, and I got. And just like my cars, I bought 3 chargers. So I could get the free shipping. Are snakes a delicacy in Hawaii? Yeah, you didn't have to fix it, Keith. We knew what you meant. We can all read. We can read chat. You know, spelling's not critical in here. We don't give a shit. Just thought that was funny. What the hell did you have for lunch? It was $50. Oh my God. Were you eating at McDonald's every day? I can believe McDonald's would be $50. You had snakes on the plane? Yeah, there you go. 40% higher in everything. Wow. God, maybe I don't want to go to Hawaii. Maybe I'll just go for the day. I'll get one of those, I'll book a flight that gets there, and 4 hours later, another flight departs. I run around the island, as fast as I can, and see the sights and get the hell back on an airplane.
people afford to live there? God, if it's that expensive, my God. Do they charge you for water there, or is water still free? I love when they charge you for water. Yeah, anytime we go out to dinner, we always order water. We're not paying the ridiculous prices they want for even a glass of soda is like $3. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I get free refills. I get my $3 worth, but screw it. We just get water. You know, save some money. Pretty frugal here in the Caniff house. You know, the house of Hanger 51. So, yeah, you would think. Yeah, I can't imagine. You know, what the wages have to be, you know, for someone to be able to afford to live in Hawaii. I mean, God. 40% higher than here. Holy shit. Water was free? Okay, good. That's good. I got a hair on my face. Well, that's driving me nuts. There it goes. Alright, guys. So I guess we're winding down. So I'm going to go ahead and call it. I'm going to get busy on my floor. I want to get that finished tonight. Because I'm going to start. I think I've already picked out the lift I want. So I'm just going to go confirm that the price didn't go up. There was another one that popped up about a week after I picked the one I want. I haven't paid for it yet. That was a couple $1,000s cheaper. So I might look into that one. Just check it out. So, yeah, yeah. My Corsair, I clocked it. It was flying like 82 miles an hour.
that was fast enough. You know, I don't know why it needs to go any faster. I put my Mustang prop on it, and it went about 5 miles an hour faster. But it doesn't look right with a 4-bladed Mustang prop on it. But I just flew it like that to test it. Oh yeah, chickens everywhere. Yeah, well, I guess they probably raise their own chickens and then eat them, so they save some money. You know, going out to dinner. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for coming. I'm going to try to do this again Saturday night. I'm hoping I'll have some updates for you. Maybe I'll get you a floor. Maybe I'll do the show from the floor upstairs. You know, I could put a table up there, a chair, put the camera up there. Maybe I'll do the show from up there. We'll see. Adios. All right, adios, Fred. Good night, everybody. We'll see you. Have that great night. We'll catch you probably Saturday. I'm gonna try to do it Saturday, unless I'm flying late. I don't know. I have no plans to fly Saturday, but you never know. Spur of the moment stuff. But I'm going to try to go live Saturday. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and we'll see you later. All right. Good night, guys. We'll see you later.